I'm really very sad. Philippe Hemming at some point in time today posted on one of my videos, I don't remember which one, that he believes that Ohio could exercise personal jurisdiction over me, over my allegedly defamatory statements regarding Ohio Guardian. He's wrong, and I think he realized he was wrong because he deleted those comments, which, but he did give me a case. And so we're going to go over the case, and we're going to read it, which probably Felipe should have done before posting it, because you never want to feed a troll. I'm just saying. And I am a troll, and while my intention is not to hurt Mr. Hemming's feelings, I'm definitely going to point out that he is not a lawyer, and he recognizes that I am a lawyer, because he knows my name. Say my name, say my name. Anyway, this is Kaufman. Kaufman, KRE versus Roberts. The tale of the tape is this. Kaufman makes, they refit, rebuild, remanufacture racing engines. Roberts bought one from them. He is a Virginia resident. He purchased it online, I believe, from KRE. They shipped it to Virginia. He had it for some time, apparently modifying it, and then it didn't work. So he contacted Kaufman. They agreed to have him send it back so they could test it to see if the problem was on their end. He sent it back. They tested it. They determined the problem was not on their end. They sent it back out to him. He didn't much appreciate that. So he then went all sorts of places, all sorts of forums, doing everything he could to defame KRE. Now, the very first thing you may wish to notice is that KRE isn't a tweaker. KRE actually has a reputation. And KRE's reputation is harmed if you allege that they make terrible racing engines. Whereas if you say a tweaker is a tweaker, you have done nothing to damage their reputation. Because A, it's the truth, and B, they're a tweaker. So, keeping that in mind, Ohio finds that they don't have general jurisdiction. What they go ahead and do then is they test for specific jurisdiction, and that would be the minimum contacts test. And there are it's a three-part test that they use. First, the defendant must purposefully avail himself of the privilege of acting in the forum state or causing a consequence in the forum state. Second, the cause of action must arise from the defendant's activities there. And finally, the acts of the defendant or consequences caused by the defendant must have a substantial enough connection with the forum state to make the exercise of jurisdiction over the defendant reasonable. And it fails on all 3 points, which Mr. Hemming may have realized had he read the case. I'm going to take a sip of wine. Delicious. Delicious wine. So, as far as the purposeful availment prong, here Roberts not only knew that Ohio resident KRE could be the victim, he intended it to be the victim. I'm not intending anybody to be the victim. I'm just calling a tweaker a tweaker. The allegedly defamatory communications concerned KRE's activities in Ohio. Well, in my instance, the allegedly defamatory communications concerned Ohio Guardian's activities in Tejas. We are not dealing with a situation in which jurisdiction is premised on a single isolated transaction, but in my case we are. The post detailed the transactions between Robert and KRE. Okay. Moreover, the purchase of the engine block and subsequent transfers from Virginia to Ohio and back again served as the foundation from which this dispute arose. We have nothing like that. Robert's allegedly defamatory posts were predicated on his course of dealing with an Ohio resident corporation. I'm not dealing with the Ohio Guardian. I did not target Ohio Guardian. I made a general statement for the whole world to see that Ohio Guardian is a tweaker, and he is a tweaker, or at least he was tweaking hard in that video. At least 5 Ohio residents other than Kaufman read these postings. Okay. Finally, although, excuse me, KRE does business nationwide. Excuse me. Finally, although KRE does business nationwide, its business reputation is centered in Ohio because Ohio is the location of its sole base of operations. I think Ohio Guardian would have a hard time saying that A, he has a reputation or a business reputation or a good reputation, generally speaking. I mean, considering, all right, if you're in the community, you may think that he has an excellent reputation. You may love him to death. And that's great. But you may have noticed that he got fired from his job recently for his activities. And yeah, anybody who watches that video is going to come to the realization very quickly he's a tweaker, unless they're blinded by their particular feelings for him. Yeah, and his reputation on YouTube is probably not located necessarily in Ohio. He is targeting the whole United States. And okay, Robert Saloon, in fact, intended the brunt of the harm caused be felt by KRE in Ohio. I don't actually intend harm to be felt by Ohio Guardian. I mean, he's a tweaker, so that's going to harm him in and of itself. He checks his gas tank to make sure that the police didn't put a bug in his gas tank. He doesn't need me to cause harm. He's going to do enough harm on his own. He lost his job because of his activity. I mean, the boy's doing all right as far as harming himself is concerned. He doesn't need my help. Thus, the focal point of damage was in Ohio, and Robert's actions there fulfill the requirement of cause. So yeah, it does not fit. So the second prong involves analysis of whether KRE's claims arise from those contacts. In these instances, Ohio Guardian's claims will not arise from my contacts with Ohio. They will arise from my contacts with his actions in Texas. Yeah, it just doesn't work. So I'm really sorry. I'm not going to drag it out. James V. Kaufman is a better case that more closely details what went on. I won't drag you through it. I have, however, posted both Kaufman and Hoffman. Kaufman and Hoffman, huh? I posted both of those online. You can check them out. If you disagree with me, I would love to hear from you. Don't delete your comments, though, please, if you do, because it's more fun that way. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.